like to have a new birth in the Republican Party. New members, new people, young people who can stand by the Constitution of the United States and rebuild it within our community. I would like now to invite my friend, Tony Mele, to make a statement.
Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Thank you for coming. Thank everyone for coming, gathering a little bit. I have a short statement I'd like to make. Now is the time for all good Republicans to come to the aid of their party. It is incumbent upon us as party leaders to our community to revitalize the loyal opposition to stop the encroachment of one-party rule. Without a strong, loyal opposition at the local level, we will be subject to one-party rule in 2011 and 2012. We must seize the initiative to create a Republican Academy, recruit new committee people, groom new candidates, and run them in every election for every position against every incumbent Democrat. I call upon you all to fill the leadership vacuum confronting us far too long. We demand that every party chairman never again endorse or support Democrats for elected office over true Republican candidates willing to do the job. No matter the odds, no matter how hopeless, we must keep Republicanism alive in the purest sense, burning at the center of our core principles. We will not support Republicans in name only. We will not campaign for centrist candidates. We will not fundraise for anyone who does not subscribe to these principles publicly. It is time to purge the party of pretenders and attract new leadership if we are to win elections and maintain and achieve relevancy. Our country originated as a rebel nation. The Republican Party originated as a rebel party against the status quo Democrats. Our party opposed human slavery then, and we oppose tax slavery now. There is no compromise over independence. It is a zero-sum equation. We are calling upon all independent thinking Americans to revive the loyal opposition party, beginning here at the local level, to step forward and become committee people and candidates for the upcoming 2011 and 2012 elections. Thank you. Any questions?
What are your thoughts on the allegations of the party chair here? Is that one of the reasons for calling this press conference?
No, the reason why we're calling this press conference is because we are approaching a new year. And in 2011 and 2012, we have elections coming up. And we do not have a bench warming of candidates to run. So we're taking this opportunity at the close of the year to attract and call for new candidates to come step forward and to revive Republicanism. We want to establish the Rebel Nation Academy. We want to establish a means of training and attracting new people just like yourself. Why don't you be a Republican? Why don't you join the Republican Party and run for office with us? There's plenty of offices to run for. We want to attract young people like you and young people like this cameraman right here. We need people like you. The country is in peril. So this is a really big issue. And so we have to take the opportunity now to do that.
How do you plan to do that?
Well, the thing is, it's just like anything else. You plant the idea. We're putting the word out. We will start and produce a TV program, a cable TV, called The Rebel Nation, where freedom, where the spirit of freedom lives on. And in it, we will espouse and teach the Republican principles, the core principles that seem to have been lost. We need to keep that fire burning. Folks, if we do not have a loyal opposition party, what are we left with? We're left with one-party rule. And I don't think that the framers of the Constitution intended that. So it's really up to us, no matter how hopeless, no matter how the odds are, we need to stand forward and do that. And I think there's a lot of rebellion and rebellious spirits out there, just like you, who can step up and do that. And I'm very confident that we can pull this off for 2011.
So you're planning to start a TV show?
Yeah, we're going to start a TV show. That we'll start filming the mid-January. We should have it in the box by the end of January and be on the air by February. It'll air on cable TV. We'll have a cable access channel. We'll also have a hosted on a website. And it'll be 30-minute spots in 4 segments. And among it, we will convey the issues of the day. And we will, again, bring out the ideas of republicanism. You know, we were established as a republic. We were established as a republic, and it seems that many of our people forgot that. We, in the Grand Old Party, were the party that rebelled against slavery. We were the party that rebelled against the status quo in the world, when the world was ruled by kings. And it was our rebel nation was the first one to defy all the kings of the world and say, we're going to have self-rule. And this was the roots of the Republican Party. So we just need to revive that. And I think that we can spark the imagination of our young people and people from all over, right here in Rockland County. We have, coming up in the elections, 2011 elections, we have legislative seats coming up, we have committee seats coming up, we have supervisor seats coming up. How many of them are Republican? How many town supervisors are Republican in Rockland County? None. Right? So the thing is that we want to put a Republican candidate for against every single Democrat incumbent in Rockland County. That's our goal.
Anthony, so do you feel, obviously, because you're here today, you feel the current leadership in the Republican Party is not doing this? They're not reaching out to young people enough. They're not.
Well, there's always we can always do better. We can always do better, and we can never sit back and just accept the status quo. So the way to improve and the way to do better is to turn around by having more involvement. And I think by stepping forward and everyone else stepping forward and all the supporters that we have to step forward to do so, both young, old, and in the middle, all right, can make change happen. The country is in peril. The country is in peril. Our currency is on the brink of worthlessness. Our economy is about to be wrecked. And we have one-party domination in the United States and here in Rockland County. We need to change that.
Is there like in the last election, was there a race that you cited as an example where Republicans didn't do the job?
Well, anytime when you have the Republicans or any of the Republican leadership thinking, and here in New York specifically, thinking that it's a good thing to run Democrats on Republican lines, we're not with that. And the results speak for themselves, don't they?
Which, do you have any race in mind that...
Well, I mean, look. I'll give you an example right here. In Ramapo, we have Bobby Romanowski, a good, solid Republican, well versed on the issues in the town of Ramapo, run against Christopher St. Lawrence. Yet the party chose to support the Democrat Christopher St. Lawrence, and now the town of Ramapo is having serious issues over the wrecking of baseball, of all things. Okay, so that's one example for you. But we have examples too where things are good. I mean, we do have good legislators like Ed Day. We do have a good up-and-coming guys that we need to groom, like Frank Spiracco maybe, and other guys like that need some grooming, that need some academy training.
Now,
People like myself.
What would you do with the academy? What actually would you?
Again, let's use the test of what is a Republican and what a Republican is not. And a Republican is not a Democrat. A Republican does not take a centrist position. A Republican is like the North Star. You can set your map by it. So a Republican says no to onerous taxation, says no to overtaxation, overspending, and overreaching. A Republican will never, ever permit the Fourth Amendment to be violated at the airport in the interest of security. Never. So these are the principles we need to revive and restore. We cannot say that for the interest of security of all, we must violate the rights of some.
What do you want to happen next? Now that you brought this up, what do you want to see happen next?
Well, now
besides you being on TV.
No. The TV is only a vehicle. It's only a means of communication and getting the word out. If Paul Revere had TV, he wouldn't need of a horse. So all we're doing now is getting the word out, and I think that, like anything else, we will attract new leadership. We will attract new candidates, and we're putting the word out. Look, a lot of people need jobs out there, right? Okay, then. So you know what? I got a couple of part-time jobs opening up here in Rockland County. We got some part-time jobs opening up in the legislature. We got some part-time jobs opening up in supervisory positions, and we got a bunch of part-time positions opening up in the committee seats. So bring your resume. We're interviewing.
Right.
Just because I didn't really answer before, did you want to comment on the allegations going on with the party chair? If you don't, it's okay. I just want to make sure I get the opportunity to.
I believe that the Republican Party is growing, and the Republican Party now has an opportunity to expand and get its message out, and to keep it positive. And so I'm looking forward to getting a positive message out, recruiting new Republicans, and I think that expanding the opportunity for all Republicans to step forward and come to the aid of their party now is the time. And I believe that everyone can agree on that.
Anthony, is this a good number to reach you later on if I need you for anything?
Yes, sir.
There is.